Hello everybody, my name is George Gonzalez Hayden and I am Figures of Action. And today we're going to be doing a tutorial of the line work for the Shocker and a little bit for the Spider-Man from the What If wave. And let me first tell you that these figures, they're amazing. They look really good and they work really well. The articulation is great, but the only issue is that the line work wasn't done right. They did indent the lines, which is pretty good, but we have to do the rest of the work because if you see here, I did some of the line work just to see, and it looks way better already. I'll leave some images of how it actually kind of changes the colors of it. Like before, without any of the line work that I did, it was really bright red. But when I put the block lines within it, it became darker. And it actually looks really good. So maybe it might do the same for the Shocker. I'm not entirely sure. But let me tell you what pens to use. They're not paint pens, but they have a lot of really nice ink in it. They're called micron pens. And you have to get this kind of number on it. And before I did buy a pack that had different numbers, but I only needed one pen out of it. And that's kind of a waste of money now that I realize it, because I went to Michael's and they sell just a pack of the 005. And that's the kind that you need for this, because these lines are really small. And these pens can get into that. So just buy this pack, because it's cheaper than just getting this one that you're only ever going to use one pen out of it. I'm going to try to find an excuse to use the other pen so it's not a waste. But just for you guys, just so you know, buy the pack with the colors and just the 005. Because that's what you need. Because the color that I'm going to be using is this light brown. And the reason why is because it's going to look more accurate, just like in the comics. Because, let me see if I could zoom in on this. Well, you can see that it's 005. Yeah, right there. Nice. Okay, yeah, so use this one. But if you want to use black, then go ahead. I've seen images of where people have done it with the black marker, and it's alright, but I think the brown will look way better for your Shocker figure. So, let me show you the Shocker first, because that's what we're mainly here for. The Spider-Man I could probably do after. Okay, so you're just gonna open this up just like that. And what I want to do actually is I want to take these arms off, because I don't want to risk accidentally drawing a line on the metal, because this metal for the Shocker looks really good and I don't want to screw that up. So let me just take that off. That way I have no chance of ruining the arms. We gotta be careful for the belt, and the boots. Just be very patient and calm when you're doing this. Okay, so I do have to get the thumbnail, so I'm gonna only do half of the body. So let's start this. Let's start with the arm right here. Be very careful when you're doing this. Remember to breathe. I do not want to ruin this figure, because this is the best Shocker that we've gotten. If you haven't seen my review on this figure, go to my channel and you can find it there. I'll leave a link down below in the description. Yeah, right now we're doing the tutorial. I'm going to try to get every line that I see. Okay. Twist his arm around like I'm breaking it. And when I did that one leg of the Spider-Man, I did that a couple weeks ago from now. And I did not put any Mod Podge on it. You know, a Mod Podge is like a finisher, kind of a protective seal around your paints or custom designs. But I did not put any of that on there. I was going to, but it slipped my mind. But the line work is still there, and it's still popping really well. So if you want to use Mod Podge, go ahead. But I don't think you really need it. For the Shocker figure, you might. You might need it. But we'll see when we get there. Very nice. Okay. So basically what you just want to do is just be very careful. And you want to make sure you get in the lines and not slip out on the flat pieces like right here. But I'm gonna just cut to a time lapse so this can move quicker for you guys. Okay. Okay, so far so good with the arm. Already looks way better than before. Very nice. And remember, if you don't want to do the brown, you could always go to the black. But what is also another good idea is that you can use a brown just to see if you like it at first. And if you don't like it, you could just retrace it with the black pen. But I'm going to stick with the brown. So let's keep going. So sorry. But really quick before I go to the time lapse, you want to make sure you get in all the lines that you can. Like get in all the grooves and the areas. So like you're going to have to spread his arm out. You're going to have to twist it around just so you can get to those lower ones. But yeah, just make sure you can get all the lines that you can, because it'll look the best if you do that. Okay, let's cut to the time lapse. Okay, since this part is going to take a little bit, I just wanted to show some images of me using the Mod Podge on both of the figures. I even used some of the Mod Podge on a figure that I didn't do a tutorial of, which sadly I kind of wish I did. But that's the start of how I did all this. But anyways, you could see in these photos that the Mod Podge, you could just put it all over the body and it can disappear. But if you don't want to put it all over the body, you can just be carefully put it in between the lines of the figure. But the best way, the easy way, is just to put it all over and it'll work. So yeah, continue. Okay, so really quick, since I want to do the chest right now and a little bit of the back, I want to take the head off before I go any further because I do not want to ruin this. So take the head off before you start working on the chest. That's just my idea, but if you don't, then good luck. And also make sure you get the ones that are in here so it looks the best. Okay, let's continue with the time lapse. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the head back on. Sorry, let me just Drop the pen. Okay. So I'm gonna put the head back on, and now we gotta be very, very careful with this part. We cannot mess up on this. Put all your focus on the head and everything that you're doing. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so I did half of the shocker's body, and already I love it. Oh, I just realized I missed the knee. Okay, so I'm gonna just do this really quick, but just always be very careful because these lines are super light. I mean, you can see them, but they're not deep at all. Be very careful when you're doing these lines. Do not let the pen drag onto the blank side. And if it does, it's not permanent marker, so you could just rub it off really quickly. But make sure you do it before it settles, because you don't want that. Gosh, you do not want that. So yeah, just do what I'm doing. Very gentle. What I kind of want to do is, I know everyone stops at the lines, but I want to make them go all the way down. That way it looks better. Kind of connect the ones from above so it looks like they're connecting. Yeah, just align them. But yeah, guys, when you're doing the head, just be very careful because you do not want the head to come out bad. I did notice on the head that there's some lines that kind of show like his kind of like his eyebrows or something like that. Yeah. Okay, see, so just keep it like that. But if you look on his head, you see that line right there above his eye. It's on the other side too. So I think that looks good. I'm glad that I colored that in. But if you don't want to and just leave it plain, then that's fine. Go ahead. But I think I will move on to the Spider-Man. And then I'll show you the rest of how the shocker looks when he's done. But I'm going to do half and half, for a thumbnail. So let's move to Spider-Man. Okay, so here he is. Now I'm going to bring out the 005 black marker. And I will be doing time lapse on him as well, but for right now I'll just show you how it is without it, just so you know. Oops, that was weird. Okay. Let me show you on his arm. So let me zoom in for you so you can see. Okay, so you have the black one. Make sure you have the black one for him. And you're just going to color in the lines. Spider-Man's lines are a little more easy because these ones actually are really deep, unlike the shocker ones. So kind of makes sense why he didn't really need a a finisher, but for the shocker you probably need to do that because it'll probably rub off. So I strongly suggest that you put a finisher on the shocker. So I will be using Mod Podge. I know some other people use this like finisher spray, but I don't have that. Okay. Sorry. And I just got gloves because pretty sure I already explained it, but just in case you didn't hear, I just put on gloves because I feel like it's gonna make the custom a little more clean rather than just me having my naked hands out. You know, I don't want to get marker on my thumb and leave a imprint of my finger. You know, like a fingerprint. So I'm gonna just wear gloves. Sometimes it's not necessary to wear gloves when you do customs, but I think you should just wear them all the time when you're doing a custom. That way it's more clean. But if you're painting, always use gloves. Because, you know, the modeling paint, you don't want that on your hands. And if you're 18 and below, you know, and if you want to paint with the modeling paint, you probably might need a parent watching you. Because that paint is not good if it gets on your hands. It's gone on my hands, but I know how to take care of it. Just wash your hands really good for 20 seconds. Warm water. And enough soap. So yeah, make sure when you're doing this with the marker that you can get deep in the lines. And because some of them will look deep, but you'll just pop right out. So be careful with that. Okay, I'm gonna do the fist now. Okay, so I'm gonna just show this for right now. Already looks way better than the other arm. See, let me focus. Okay, so right here, look at the arm before, the one after. Already looks amazing. Alright, so I'm gonna do the rest in time lapse. So here we go. Okay, now once again here we are with half of the body done. Now I'm gonna do the face. Now we have to be very, very careful with the face. Remember, bring all your focus and attention to the face. You do not want to mess this up at all. doing half because for the thumbnail. But don't worry, I will do the rest of the body. Okay. So far so good. Be very, very careful with those thin lines. The ones that are somewhat faded. I like to do line by line. That way it's like I'm just going down and then across, you know, like a chart. I don't know why, but it feels like it's faster that way. Not let it slip. I repeat, do not let it slip. You want this to look absolutely perfect. There are no screw-ups allowed here. Don't do that. See? And make sure you don't touch the eyes too. Because, you know, the smearing kind of gets onto the glove. So, you do not want to put any of that on his white eyes. Line right here in the neck. I just caught that. Okay. And here we go, guys. This is the half body line design of Spider-Man. Oh my. I was using the wrong pen. Huh. It's interesting. So it came out really good, but use this one. Use this one, the 005. That's the best one for the web design. Wow, I can't believe it. This whole time I was using the wrong one. But yeah, this one will get in it way more. Yeah. So let me get the thumbnail, and then I will finish the rest of the video, the tutorial for you. Let me bring out the shocker. They already look amazing. Can you see that? Very cool. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so we got our thumbnail, and it looks great. Now we can move on to doing the rest of the body. And, oh shoot, my bad. Alright, so we're going to do the rest of the body of Spider-Man, and then we'll leave Shocker for last. You know, not that I'm saying the Shocker is better than Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is amazing, spectacular. But let's just do him first, since he's, you know, an older figure, and we're more focused on the new one. So let's jump right into it. is the Amazing Spider-Man. Completely done. The What If Spider-Man done. Wow. This looks way better than before. I am very happy with this. This looks really cool. But when I was putting the line work on it, going through it, I feel like I was a little sloppy, and I apologize for that. But I think I might just put Mod Podge on him just in case. If you know what that is, it's a finisher. You know, so a protective seal to keep the marker on there so it doesn't come off. But I mean, this leg, I drew this like about a week or two ago, and it's still on. So I don't know, maybe I don't have to, but we'll see. Most likely I will. And if you're not so sure about it, I recommend that you put it on, unless you have the spray finisher. But I prefer the Mod Podge because I've had a lot of good luck with that. But besides that, guys, he looks amazing. I really love it. Wow. Very cool. Very happy with it. I love how he looks. This is how he should have came. But I guess I get more satisfaction by me making it even more amazing. So now let's move on to the shocker. Let me bring him in. Here's the shocker. Yeah, I'll keep Spider-Man out for right now. So let's do the shocker. And here is the shocker with the line work finished. Now I think this looks amazing. This looks way better than before. It was because before you just had to like kind of focus a little bit just to look at the lines, and because the lines were the same color as this yellow right here, but this is way better. This is more comic accurate. It's more fun to look at and to play with. So since his lines are a little more wide and kind of open, I will be putting Mod Podge on there, but I'll show you that in a little bit. And then here's Spider-Man standing right next to him, and they both look amazing with their true design. That's way better. I really enjoy looking at these figures. So if you want, since his Spider-Man's lines are a little deeper than the Shocker's, but if you want to put Mod Podge on here too, you can do that. Just be patient and steady with it. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to open the container of the Mod Podge. You're gonna dip your brush into it, just like this, not too much. and you're just gonna lightly paint on the spots that you want covered. Like I'm gonna do the back side right here. I'm just gonna paint it like that. You can do a light coat, it doesn't have to be thick. But what this will do is it'll protect what you drew on it. And then once it dries, it'll disappear. So don't think that it'll just stay there like the white color, because it'll disappear in a couple of hours and it'll look really good. So I'm gonna just leave that there, but that's all I'm gonna show you for that. I do recommend you put the Mod Podge on his elbows and the knees, but I'm gonna do that later by myself. But besides that, that's probably about it. Oops, sorry about that. That's about it for the line work and customization of the figures and for your shocker figure. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me if there's anything that I missed, anything that I should have done or shown you. But thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment anything down below, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you can get more videos like this, and please share with your friends and family and loved ones, show them what they're missing out on. And please follow me at my Instagram accounts, which are Figures of Action and American Cimarron. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day. Peace out.